All right, getting ready to start another hike today. Um, Goal is a little bit lofty. I may change. I may go out 4 miles and come back. But if I'm my original goal is to go a little over 13 miles and all the way to Bear's Den. And by then it should be close to 4 or 5 if I can do it. I may break it off because I'm supposed to do another hike tomorrow morning with my daughter. It's going to be kind of tough. Um, just drove in this way back here, and it's a trailhead that's the drive down that was pretty steep, so I'm glad I've got my truck today, but I think a regular car can make it. And I'm heading off down. Nobody's in the parking lot, and I'm heading off down the trail. Right down there's a blue trail that connects to the Appalachian Trail, so that's where I'm going, and we'll see how far I go today. And it had a big rain last night, so I don't know if there's going to be any big stream crossings or what, but let's get started. All right, that's where I came from on the blue trail, and it really wasn't very far till we get up here to, it splits off. The blue trail now meets the Appalachian Trail. So I got here and looked and said, oh, I see down there's a white blaze, which means that's Appalachian Trail. So right, where is it? Right, man, it's there. And looked up to the right, which is going northbound, which is the way I want to go, and there's my white blaze. So here we go. All right, I've made it just over a mile already, and did it in a little under a half an hour. I hope I can maintain that pace, but stopping and taking some videos and pictures will slow me down some. But also I needed water, and I did a good spray down of repellent. Probably should have done that before I left the truck, but I've got it with me. So far it's not too bad. It's very wet out. Haven't seen a single person, obviously, and no views other than just the forest, which I love that too, just getting out. So we'll see how far I get before I either have to turn around, or if I make it all the way to the Bear's Den, which would be over 13 miles. I'm doubting it at this point. And just across the street from the Bear's Den is a winery and a great view, and hopefully my wife and daughter can meet me there if I do make it that far. All right, so let's keep going. All right, I thought I'd at least show why I like to bring at least one hiking pole with me when I'm hiking. Uh, it These are coming out all over because it's very green, and for me, as I'm walking along here, I just place my hiking pole like that. I don't have to touch this stuff. Some of them are sticky. Who knows? It could be a bunch of poison ivy or whatever. But the hiking pole is good for that. It's at least one. I know a lot of people don't like the real ultralighters. Oh my, here we go. Myron Glacier Cabin. So down there is a cabin. I'll check, see how far. The other thing is that, I'll step down here and see if I can even see it. You can see the blue markers, which the blue hashtags, or they usually indicate a side trail, and this is a side trail to a cabin, so this would be a good place possibly to camp. So the hiking pole also, as your legs get tired, you can put weight on it. Put some weight on it. It's also, if it's slippery, it really makes a big difference. I don't think I'm going to go any farther. I don't know how far this thing is, so I've got enough miles to do today, so we'll head back up. And then if you're crossing streams and you're on a log or something, it's just a little bit out of questionable as to whether you might get off balance. You can put your pole in the water and steady yourself. And then, since I hammock, I especially like to use a pole so I can go in porch mode, where I put the canopy out and get my canopy up to where I can see, instead of it being like a tent. So a lot of uses for a hiking stick. I just don't know if I'd ever want to go without one. The real big through hikers and stuff, a lot of them don't want the slightest weight of any kind. All right, it's enough rambling. Well, just came down to this little creek, and as you can see, it's not much of a path, it's just rock. I am not anything like some of these people that can fly over these, so gotta go slow. And I think we're gonna turn back into a nice little butterfly. A couple of them, cool. All right. Let's roll. All right, just crossed a stream, and feels like I'm in the middle of nowhere, but obviously somebody built a stone wall out here. Still have not seen, I've been about 2.5 miles and have not seen a single person. It's a Friday, so I'm sure on weekends there's a lot more people doing this. Plus, this section may not have good views, so it may keep a few people back. So far, love it. Not sure how far I'm going to go. 2.5 miles I've been. I'm hoping, well, by 4 miles, maybe 5, I may at that point make a decision whether to push on the 13 or head back. We'll see how I feel. All right, it's been up and down. Oh, by the way, there is a section from here, in between here and Bear's Den, which is about 13 miles, but somewhere in between is a marker for the beginning of what they call the roller coaster, which is a bunch of ups and downs on rocks. Last year I started at Bear's Den and went north and ran into the northern boundary of the roller coaster. It was a killer. So I'm not sure where that's at. I'll look it up later. Whether I'll be able to hit the southern marker or not, we shall see. Okay, just came through a section right here. Oh my gosh, I went right past this one sign. Let me go back to it. What the hell? Okay, this is a low area. Just came down. Fisher's Hill Loop Trail. Oh, I saw that earlier. In fact, I took a picture. You'll see it. So that's what happens. You keep your head down on some of this and you miss some things. But this is what I was looking for. The southern start. If you're going northbound, this is the southern part, beginning part of the what they call the roller coaster. So this is going to get tough and rocky real soon. All right, I've been climbing for quite a while since I hit the southern terminus of the roller coaster, and still going up. And now run into this. I'm sure this isn't even close to as tough as it's going to get. Almost went by it straight into the woods because I didn't notice the white hash mark at first. All right, here's the dealio. Oh, I'm dead. I've been officially 5.2 miles on the Appalachian Trail. Oh, gee, Merry Christmas. It's hard. I've got, if I want to go the full 13.2 or whatever it is to the wine place, that's another 8 miles. It's now 1:15. I've been gone 3 hours. The first 2.5, 3 miles, I was averaging 2 miles an hour, and that's with doing a little video and pictures. But I hit the roller coaster, went up, up. Anyway, the decision is whether to head back or keep going. If I keep going, one of the problems I have is that tomorrow morning my daughter wants to take me to the Big Slosh, and it's 4 miles round trip, 2 miles almost straight up. It's going to be a killer. And the day after is the day I get our U-Haul, and I help her load, her and my grandson help load up the U-Haul for our trip back to Florida. So at this point, I'm pretty sure you'll see in a little bit, probably. But at this point, I don't see that I should keep going, because I'll be later than I originally had anticipated. So if I head back now, I'm exactly 3 hours from the way I came, and the diminishing returns, in all probability, I will be probably 3.5 hours at least to get back, maybe 4 to my truck. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. As much any other time, if I didn't have something I was going to do tomorrow, I would push on, because I'm loving it out here. I love the work, and but you know what? I don't need to lose all of my quarantine weight in 3 days. So it'd be nice to, but I don't think this body can handle it. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'll make that decision. I'm almost positive I'm heading back. All right, I did a rookie mistake. I was eating a little trail mix and missed the AT turn where it started its cutbacks back up this mountain. I'm heading back and went off on another little path. Looked like it was a little wider than the AT path for a while. And I started running into a couple of things. You know, I said, I don't think I remember that particular place where it was wet. And then I started looking for the AT markers and didn't see any. So I finally got my phone out with the AT app and my Map My Run, which shows my tracks. And sure enough, I missed my turn. It wasn't a lot, maybe 1/8 of a mile, but at this point, I really don't need any extra mileage. But so I've got this section I'm going to be going back up and then down a real long steep section that takes me down to the marker for the roller coaster. On my way back, hopefully no more wrong turns. Okay, I'm coming from that way. I just want to show you the kind of dilemma that happens in a couple of places. So I'm coming up to switch back, and I can see a trail goes off that way, and it looks like it goes off to the right. And so we get up here and we look, and sure enough, it's going that way. But a lot of people sometimes do this to discourage you from going the wrong way, which is good. So I said, well, maybe it's this way. I started to go that way, and then I looked up here. That looks, I mean, that's a trail. And then I looked up here. Aha, the white blaze. The wonderful white blaze. Now I can always go to my app and see if I'm getting off trail. So as long as I've got some type of cell tower connection. But that's the kind of thing that can mislead you. All right, I think I'm back up to the top of the roller coaster where it started. So I've got to go down a very long hill and a lot of rocks, as you can see, in order to get to the bottom of this and the beginning of the roller coaster. But that's not the end of it. There's still a lot more ups and downs, but this will be the worst for a while. All right, that's where I came from. Just saw that frog. Haven't seen any bears or wildlife, but I've seen killer frogs. Looking back here in this section, looks like it'd be a great place to see a deer or a bear. And headed back southbound, going down the roller coaster. And this little section here is all not real steep at all. So kind of thought I might run into some wildlife. I've always said that when you first hear a noise that sounds like it might be a deer or a small bear, it's probably a squirrel. If you hear something that sounds like a bulldozer, that's a bear. All right, made it. I'm not finished. Just to the roller coaster. About 3 more miles left. Okay, that's where I came from. The last section went up into the parking lot. Wow. I am definitely beat. Did 10.6 according to Map My Run. Should have been about 10.4 technically on the AT, but there was 0.1 off of this parking lot. There's my truck. The entire 10.6 miles, 5.3 out, 5.3 back. Not a single person in the parking lot. And I am beat and glad I made the decision to come back. I would have had 3 more miles had I continued on, and then Lindsay would have had to come pick me up. Live to hike another day.